Bro, what's up, y'all? You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Remember to like, subscribe, hit the post notifications, and comments, text. You join the Discord with hundreds of people just like you. But today we got an interesting topic today, low key. We got Cole Bennett paradox, and I'm mad excited for this one. I can't lie. Let's lock in.
Every music video you just saw was directed by the same person, and he didn't even go to film school. He grew up here, population 10,000. I direct music videos for a living, so I've spent a lot of time studying the people who shaped the industry.
Bro, Cole Bennett is dead ass valid as hell. Like like the same vibe Cole Bennett got. Low key, I'd be thinking about First Class Fest. Maybe it's out of nowhere, but that's like the vibe. I don't know. That's just me though. Shout out First Class Fest.
The legends who defined what a music video could be, and then Cole Bennett. Most directors take a decade.
Oh, but they aren't even in the same genre for First Class Fest and Cole Bennett. Okay, but I don't know. Maybe just large music. Oh man. Okay, cancel. Okay, lock in.
To find their style, but Cole built one in his bedroom.
For you guys who don't know, Cole's like a director, Lyrical Lemonade, and he just went crazy. Like when I think Lyrical Lemonade, I think Juice WRLD. I think like that era. You know what I'm saying?
In high school, in a town that doesn't even exist on most maps, while flipping the entire visual language of hip-hop on its head. He didn't just direct music videos, he built a brand, a festival, a record label, a beverage company, and a multi-million-dollar media empire.
He made a beverage company? Okay, I didn't know about that.
All before he turned 30.
Okay, nowadays, you got crypto shit. Now that don't seem like a big thing. You know what I'm saying?
He turned down Hollywood offers exceeding
Cole turned down 30 million, bro? Yo, give me that lickety split. I'm playing.
$30 million. He directed the fastest growing
Wait, but depends on when. For all of it? Yeah, of course. Why would you give away that for 30 million? What the fuck?
music video in YouTube history. He executive produced an entire album.
Bro, we got Mike Tyson, Eminem, bro. Yo, shout out Cole, bro. Cole went brazy. What is that, Leonard?
With Eminem on it alongside a ton of other massive artists.
Bro, why is he not colored in, bro? You know what I'm saying? Why is he not colored? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, address the elephant. Bro got the freaking tiger. Hello?
But there's a detail at the center of Cole Bennett's story that almost nobody tells.
Is that blue fingers? What the hell?
Something.
Oh, that's his. But why can I see the nail through that? Okay, never mind.
That happened to him before he ever picked up a camera. This is Plano, Illinois. Population 10,000. About an hour and a half outside of Chicago. The kind of town where Friday nights mean high school football. Every gas station.
I thought Illinois was like Ohio, the Jeep Pong, whatever.
Plays country music, and the closest thing to a celebrity is the local weatherman. This is where Cole Bennett grew up, but honestly, that's not the part of the origin story that matters most. If you'd ask a teenage Cole what he wanted to be, he wouldn't have said a music video director. He wanted to be a sports broadcaster. The plan was Illinois State, Iowa, maybe Missouri, get the journalism degree, land a gig at a local TV station, and work his way up. That was the realistic dream. That was the dream of a kid from a small town who didn't think he had other options. From the time he could hold a camera, Cole was filming. Consistently, compulsively. There's something psychologists have studied about kids who experience early trauma. They become hyper aware of memory, of capturing moments, of holding on to things before they slip away. Whether or not Cole consciously felt that, the pattern fits. He was filming his life from the moment he was a child, and his mother was the one who made it possible. She bought him cameras. She helped him learn iMovie. She told him to chase whatever he loved. And eventually, she would be the one to give him the name that would change his life. But she did all of this while working 3 jobs. 3. While raising 3 kids alone. In a town where nobody had it easy. Now, the work ethic Cole has, the impossible pace at which he builds, the relentless drive that makes him do 40 music videos in a year while running a blog, while booking concerts while still in college, that's not personality, that's inheritance. And he learned what hustle looks like by watching his mom outwork the world. She's the reason he's standing today.
This reminds me of golf. You know that one channel that they do documentaries and it's like, you know, is that Drake's plushie in the background?
Cole has said this himself repeatedly in every major interview he's ever done. Cole needed a name, and he was about to scribble it down on a piece of notebook paper in study hall. The name, Lyrical Lemonade, does not make sense. That was kind of the point. He went to his mom for help. He had the vision, but not the title. And his mom, the same woman who had already done so much, came up with 2 words that would years later end up on cans in 7-Eleven, on stages with 60,000 people, and on records featuring
Lyrical Lemonade, that's why it's a drink, I see.
Eminem. Lyrical Lemonade. Lyrical, the music, lemonade, the fresh.
Oh, the guy behind you, I don't think he does music no more. I haven't seen bro in a hot minute. But he used to be big, I think. Maybe I think of the wrong guy. I don't know.
She came up with it in their kitchen in Plano. And the kid in front of her was about to take those two words and build something nobody, not even her, could have ever predicted. March 25th, 2013, the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel launches. Cole is 16 years old. The first upload drops in July. The accompanying blog launches in October. Now, here's what most documentaries get wrong about this moment. They jump straight to the music videos. They skip what came first. What came first wasn't a video brand. It was a Twitter blog. Cole's first work as Lyrical Lemonade was not directing, it was writing, posting blogs about Chicago rappers nobody else was covering. Vic Mensa, Taylor Bennett, King Louie. He'd come home from school, write 5 or 10 reviews a day, and engage with every artist who would talk to him on Twitter. He was working harder than most full-time journalists, and he wasn't getting paid a single dollar. But the videos started happening because he had a camera. The camera his mom gave him, and artists in Chicago needed visuals. So Cole, the high school blogger, started driving an hour and a half from Plano to Chicago alone on weekends to film local rappers for free. When he did get paid, it was $20 per video, sometimes nothing. Now, as a music video director, let me tell you something. It took most of us years just to figure out how to set up a basic shot. Cole was 18, in a town with zero infrastructure, driving alone to a city he didn't fully know, asking strangers to let him point a camera at them. And he was doing it because nobody told him not to. The blog had 3 comments per post.
Bro, we got a TED Talk? That's crazy.
The videos had 1,000 views each. By any reasonable metric, this was a hobby, not a career, not even close. But Cole had a feeling that something was about to break.
I wonder what his net worth is. Someone to comment that.
He just needed one moment to prove it, so he decided to throw a concert. And what happened that night would become the first sign that the kid from the cornfields was not going to wait his turn. Cole had no money, no real connections, no event production experience, but he wanted to throw a Lyrical Lemonade show in Chicago, so he found a way. He rented a rehearsal room at a place called Music Garage, capacity 90 people, and the cost $100 for 5 hours. He went on Twitter and started messaging.
That's crazy good, by the way.
Artists directly. None of them had any idea who he was. He had no track record, no money to pay them, but he had energy. He had the vision. Somehow he convinced them to perform for free. By the night of the show, he expected maybe 50 people. Over 300 people showed up. The fire marshal would have shut it down if there was one more person. The room was at 3 times capacity. Kids on the streets of Chicago had heard about the show through Twitter, showed up to a venue most of them couldn't find on a map. A 16-year-old kid from a town nobody had heard of had just thrown a
That's really how it is, though. I can't lie.
sold-out underground show in the 3rd largest city in America, for a brand he made up in study hall. On the drive home that night, Cole had a feeling that would carry him through the next decade. He had something special. What he didn't know was that a college professor was about to look him in the eye and try and tell him otherwise. And the way Cole responded would set up a creative strategy that nobody in the music industry had ever tried before. After high school, Cole had made the move to Chicago and had enrolled at DePaul University as a major in digital cinema. For the first time in his life, he was surrounded by people who actually wanted to make real films. Real film school, real professors, real industry connections. But it lasted 1 semester. Here's what happened. In a screenwriting class, one of his professors stood at the front of the room and told the students something every film student has heard before. He told them that becoming a director takes 9 to 10 years, that you start as a production assistant, then maybe an audio guy, then maybe a camera operator, and then maybe, if you're lucky, after a decade of grunt work, you'll get to direct. For most students, this is just standard film school dogma. You take it as a sobering reality and move on. For Cole, this hit different, because Cole was already a director. He'd been one for years. He directed dozens of music videos. He had a brand. He had a YouTube channel. He had relationships with real working artists. He was already doing the thing this professor was telling him would take a decade to start. Here's where Cole did something I want every aspiring director to understand. He did not argue. He did not write a manifesto. He didn't even disagree out loud. He went home and made a list. 6 to 10 month goals. Book a Chicago show with a buzzing artist. Hit X amount of subscribers on YouTube. Build a real client list. Get one music video over 1 million views. Then he started checking the boxes. He booked a concert with a buzzing
what?
over 1 million views. Then he started.
Bro, he has a blogging for dummies, bro. Yo, I have a book, Blogging Incorporated, bro. Yo, that's sick.
Checking the boxes.
Bro, what?
Client list. Get one music video over 1 million views. Then he started.
Bro, Cole Bennett really copied me, bro. It's okay though. It's okay. It's cool. What? Bro, y'all don't know about the book game, bro. Y'all gotta hop on the books, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You guys, you know what I'm saying? You can stack, hold on. You can stack millions, but can you stack this? Can you stack these books though? Hold on. Can you stack that? I don't think so. What is this? Things I wish. Okay, ready? Let me put you guys on game. Things I wish I'd known before we became parents. Come on now. Surrounded by idiots. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. The Rise of the Creative Class. Bro, come on now. Stop playing. Okay, let's lock in. Bro, I'm excited now.
Checking the boxes. He booked a concert with a buzzing rapper. The booking fee was originally $8,000. By the time the show had actually happened, that same artist's price had jumped to $60,000 or $70,000. Cole had locked in a deal at the perfect moment. The show sold out. He pocketed real money, and he hit every other goal on his list before the semester even landed. And he never went back to DePaul. Now this is the part of the story I want to sit with, because as a—
Wait, so did he... So when did Cole drop out? Question mark. I want to let Gemini give me the answer to that. Cole Bennett dropped out of DePaul University after completing only one semester. Fuck. Okay.
music video director, I know exactly the moment Cole was in. That moment when somebody with credentials tells you it'll take 10 years to do the thing you're already doing. That's the moment that breaks most creators. It works on you in a quiet, subconscious way. You start to doubt that timeline. You think, maybe I'm moving too fast. Maybe I should slow down. Maybe I should pay my dues. Cole rejected that voice entirely. He didn't fight the system, he just refused to participate in it. And here's the kicker. The strategy he was about to run, the one that would take him from a local Chicago kid to the most powerful independent director in hip-hop, wasn't something he learned in film school. It was something he stole from a rapper who would later become the most important early collaborator.
Lil Uzi Vert?
A rapper with
Exit? Or 6ix9ine?
red dreads, insane energy, and 40 unreleased music videos sitting on his hard drive. Most people think Cole Bennett's career took off because of one viral hit. It didn't. It took off because of a strategy nobody else in the industry was running, and it started with a rapper named Famous Dex. In 2016, Cole linked up with Dex. Dex was
Who's Dex?
eccentric, charismatic, and completely allergic to the traditional industry structure. He wanted to be everywhere, all the time. Cole had the same energy. So they made a plan. They called it the Sunday Drop. Every Sunday they would release a new music video. Together they shot about 40 videos in 1 year. 40. Now, as a music video director, let me tell you why this is insane. Most directors shoot maybe 10 or 15 videos a year if they're working full time. The biggest names in the industry top out at about 20. Cole and Dex did 40 together in 1 year, while both of them were building their careers from nothing.
That's not even that hard though, low key, because what you do is have one establishing shot. So here's some like music video game. You have one establishing shot, right? And then you have like, you know what I'm saying, you swerve the camera a bunch, right? So you swerve the camera like this. You can even shoot on an iPhone. You go like this, right? And then you cut it in between. But you let the song play out and you shoot at 4 to 5 locations. Honestly, finding a fresh location every single time for 40 would be hard. But I'm sure when they went to parties, when they went to events, that's where they definitely shot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a director on you all the time. They can't just be like on some like, oh, like on the wayside. Like they gotta be one of your boys. Like I know a lot of people, a lot of rappers have, you know, no matter how small they are, they have a filmer right with them, right? Because that's so important to have a filmer. That's your homie, low key, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely try and find a filmer. But that shouldn't even stop you. But yeah, I'll leave you guys to that. Hold on, let's keep going.
And here's the genius of it. The volume was the strategy. Cole wasn't trying to make one perfect masterpiece. He was running an experiment. Every Sunday was a chance to test something, a new transition, a new animation, a new color grade, a new camera trick. By the time he hit his 40th video with Dex, he had basically taught himself film school and fast forward. While other directors were storyboarding for weeks, Cole was iterating in the field.
That's what it is though. You gotta get a fuck ton of reps in. Because if you give a whole year for one person to make the best Voss, best Voss, versus people that can get like countless tries or need to make like 100, that person that gets that needs to make, you know what I'm saying, a fuck ton and get all those reps in to get up there. And the person that just needs to make one, but you know what I'm saying, the big buildup is for only that one, and you know what I'm saying, they'll get tested throughout the whole thing, but just leave the one, like they lose it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm not putting it to the best because like there is like a, you can break down, you can search it up, but like, bro, get your reps in. That's just it. Just plain simple. If you need an analogy for you to do it, then you're done. So just do it.
Other directors were waiting for the perfect shot. Cole was already on to his next one. And then in the middle of that year-long experiment, one of those videos exploded. Hit Him With It by Famous Dex, directed, shot, and edited by Cole Bennett himself. Even featured a cameo from Dex's son, improvising a balloon throw on set. The video crossed 15 million views. The Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel went from an underground Chicago blog to a name people were starting to whisper across the internet. But the real win wasn't the views. The real win was the system. Cole had figured out something most directors take a decade to learn. You don't get good at this by waiting. You get good at this by shipping. That insight was about to make Cole the gatekeeper of an entire generation of artists. But the collaboration
I don't think he's a gatekeeper, but he's an innovator. That's what he is.
That would change him forever, the one that would mark him for life, wasn't even on his radar yet. That collaboration was sitting in a hotel room in New York City on a thumb drive. 2 unreleased songs from an artist with 2,000 followers. But we'll get there. Okay, time out. As a music video director, I need to talk about the actual style because everything I've covered, the volume, the work ethic, the small town origin, none of it is meaningful without the actual visual language Cole invented. If you've watched a hip hop music video in the past 7 years, you've seen Cole Bennett's fingerprints on it, even if it wasn't his video. Before Cole, most rap videos followed the same template. Wide shots in mansions, slow motion shots of cars, models posing, big budget, big lighting, polished, but predictable. Cole did the exact opposite of it. He actually flipped it on its head. Hand-drawn animations layered over real footage, vibrant, oversaturated color palettes, fast lens zooms instead of cuts, cartoon visual effects, cropped in intimate camera angles, editing in rhythm with the song's beat. Look at any of these elements individually. None of them are revolutionary. Animation in music videos,
You really gotta have your own style. It's not just one. It's like the combination of that wombo combo. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even what you do further. It's what built you to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you're feeling it and you're like, oh, everything's been done, it really hasn't, bro. You gotta find your own shit. The fact that you really feel like there's something that has been done, or everything that's been done, work until you don't think that, and there's gonna be a new revelation. That's just the filter. Then you're gonna be like, damn, everything hasn't been done, and your eyes are finna open, bro, and it's finna be crazy.
Isn't new. Color grading isn't new. Aspect ratio choices aren't new. But Cole was the first person to put all of them together in this specific combination, and he did it consistently enough that the combination itself became a brand. That tiny carton you see in the corner of every Lyrical Lemonade video, that little graphic, it's worth more than most people's entire portfolios. Because the second you see it, you know what you're getting. You know the energy, you know the pacing, you know the visual language. Now, here's the part that took me as a director a long time to fully appreciate. Cole's style isn't actually hard to copy on the surface. The animations are simple, the color grade is achievable in any editing software, the camera work isn't using exotic gear, but nobody who copies it ever gets it right. And I've watched a lot of people try. Because what makes Lyrical Lemonade's style work isn't the elements, it's the timing, the rhythm, the instinct when to throw an animation in and when to let the shot breathe. That's not something you can learn from a tutorial. It's something
Is he reading off an AI script, bro?
that you build over 40 videos a year for half a decade.
He's like looking off to the side of the camera. Like he ain't really looking at me, bro. Like look at me. I thought bro was,
No breaks.
Yeah, bro's looking here. He's looking away from the camera.
The style isn't a look, the style is reps. And
Never mind.
in early 2018, Cole was about to apply that style to a song that would become one of the defining records of the entire decade. The artist had no fans, no buzz, no cosigns, just 2,000 followers on Instagram.
No cosigns, for those who don't know what it is. It's literally not like a label thing. It's like if you were to, if a big artist was to repost your story or something on your story, that's a cosign. You know what I'm saying? Or to comment something, that's a cosign. Apparently, like, you know what I'm saying? I just learned what that was, low key.
But the song was about to break the internet. But before Juice WRLD, there was D-Rose. January 30th, 2017, Cole releases D-Rose by Lil Pump on the Lyrical Lemonade channel. Cole shot
Bro, that went crazy.
it, Cole edited it, Cole did everything. This was the one that changed it all. D-Rose wasn't a viral hit, it was a cultural moment. The SoundCloud rap wave was about to take over in hip-hop, and the visual language carrying that wave was the one Cole had spent years perfecting in basements and in hotel rooms. Within months, every young rapper trying to break in wanted a Lyrical Lemonade video. Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Ski Mask, Trippie Redd, the entire SoundCloud generation funneled through Cole's lens. In one stretch in 2017, Cole was basically the gatekeeper of who got to look big on the internet. If you weren't getting a Lyrical Lemonade video, you were
Oh God, that's what I was thinking, bro. I was like, yo, Lyrical Lemonade really that shit, bro.
behind the curve. But Cole wasn't just collecting wins, he was building an algorithm. Every artist Cole worked with brought their fan base to the Lyrical Lemonade channel. Those fans subscribed. Now Cole had a media empire that wasn't dependent on a single artist. He owned the audience, he owned the platform. The artists came and went, but the channel kept growing. And by 2018, Lyrical Lemonade was sitting on tens of millions of subscribers. It was officially the most powerful independent music video brand in hip hop, and Cole was 22 years old.
Bro, that's W's.
The biggest moment of his life, and the most painful one, was about to happen. A guy named Lil Bibby was about to play him 2 songs in a New York hotel room. Nothing would be the same after that. Some collaborations are professional, some are creative, and some are something else entirely, something deeper, something that becomes a part of who you are. For Cole Bennett, that collaboration had a name, and it was Juice WRLD. The story of how they met is almost too perfect to believe. Cole was in a hotel room in New York City. He was hanging out with Lil Bibby, the Chicago rapper. Bibby had played him 2 songs from an artist nobody had heard of yet. The first song was All Girls Are the Same, the second was Lucid Dreams. Cole was floored. He called the songs incredible. He immediately said he wanted to direct the music videos. At the time, the artist had 2,000 followers on Instagram. 2,000, not 2 million. 2,000. Cole then drove back to Chicago and Juice flew in to meet him. They didn't shoot anything that first day. They didn't even talk business. They just got together, took some shrooms, and listened to music. That was it. That was the first day. A month or 2 later, they shot the music video for Lucid Dreams. Lucid Dreams became one of the biggest songs of the entire decade. It hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spent months on the charts. It made Juice WRLD a global superstar overnight. Cole would go on to direct 7 of Juice's music videos. They became close friends. The collaboration was the kind every director dreams of finding once in their career. An artist whose vision matches yours so completely that the work feels effortless. For nearly 2 years, they were inseparable creatively. 2 kids riding a rocket ship into a level of success neither of them could have ever imagined. And then on December 8th, 2019, Cole got a call. Juice WRLD was dead. He was 23 years old. Now, I want you to remember everything we talked about at the beginning of this video. The detail nobody talks about. The thing that happened to Cole before he ever picked up a camera. I told you we'd get—
Bro, what the frick? Juice WRLD was Cole's age and he just died random, bro. Yo, everyone remembers where they were at when Juice WRLD died, bro. That's crazy. I remember. I promise you I remember.
Get to it. Now we're—
Bro, some white kid announced it. He was in the class. He's like, no way, Juice WRLD died, bro. And I didn't even know who it was. And right there and then, I searched up who Juice WRLD was.
Here. Cole Bennett's father took his own life when he was young. This is the part of Cole's story you almost never hear. The reason his mom was working 3 jobs. The reason a young kid was raised in a small town, carrying a weight nobody his age should have to carry. Cole lost his father to suicide. He grew up watching his mom build a life out of grief. And now, at the highest point of his career, working with the most important artist of his generation, he just lost his closest creative collaborator, his friend, and his brother. For the second time in his life, someone he loved was gone too soon. That promise he made on Twitter, the one about shining for Juice, he kept it. You'll see how he kept it in the most unexpected way at the very end of the video. But first, he had to keep going.
I don't like he's using that for retention. I can't lie, but I don't know. Okay, whatever.
2 years later, Cole stood on
It's whatever though. Like it's just part of story building, I guess.
Stage in Chicago at the Juice WRLD tribute concert. The crowd expected him to talk about how he'd helped Juice, how Lyrical Lemonade had launched his career, how Cole had been the one with the platform. He flipped the entire script. That kind of humility from someone at Cole's level is almost unheard of in this industry. And what makes that quote even more powerful is what Cole did 3 years later.
What was the quote, bro? I want to see that. I want to hear it.
He released his own album. We'll get there. By 2018, Cole was no longer a music
Was he talking to me? What are you talking? What? I broke the fourth wall.
Video director. He was building something bigger. Most directors stay in their lane. They direct, they get
Eminem? No.
paid per project, they make a living. Cole did the opposite. He used his platform to build, vertical after vertical, layer after layer, until Lyrical Lemonade became a multi-arm media business. Music videos, blog and editorials, Summer Smash Festival, Lemonade Beverage, merchandise, brand partnerships, record labels, talent management. The Summer Smash Festival started in 2018 in partnership with the Chicago promoter Speakerbox. The first year it pulled 11,000 people. By 2021, it was a 3-day festival drawing 30,000 people per day, 90,000 total. In just a few years, Cole had built one of the biggest hip-hop festivals in the country from scratch in Chicago, without a major promoter behind him. And here's something most people don't realize. Cole could have moved Summer Smash anywhere, New York, LA, Miami, bigger stages, bigger paychecks, but he chose to keep it in Chicago because that's where he came from. That's where the dream started, and that's where his mom raised him. He stayed in Chicago for the same reason he never sold the brand, which brings us to the moment in the story most people have never heard about. By his mid-20s, Cole had built something the biggest companies in entertainment couldn't ignore. Hollywood came calling. Major media conglomerates, entertainment firms, they all wanted a piece of Lyrical Lemonade. And one of those offers, according to Cole himself in a 2024 interview, exceeded $30 million. He turned it down. Imagine being 25 years old, a kid from—
Bro, I don't know why Cole turned that down, bro. Genuinely, I don't know.
In Plano, Illinois, with $30 million sitting on the table. Generational.
Wait, actually, I don't know why he would take it low key. I'm sure he was on trajectory for much more. So I don't know. Maybe it's just because I can't fathom 3 million, or like, you know what I'm saying, we shooting up, and I'm gonna take it as we shooting up. So
Money, life-changing money, the kind of money that would let you buy your mom any house she ever wanted, pay off everyone you love, never work a day in your life, and saying no. Here's the thing about Cole that gets lost in the highlight reel. The lemonade, the festivals, the music videos, the numbers, none of it happened by accident. Every choice he made along the way was guided by one principle.
What would he sell though? Like selling a YouTube channel for 30 million is crazy.
Creative control. Other directors signed with major management firms. Cole stayed independent. Other media brands got bought out by conglomerates. Cole stayed in the Chicago warehouse. Other guys took the money. Cole took the long view, and the long view kept paying off. Then there's the lemonade, as in the actual drink. In 2018, after years of joking about it, Cole launched a real lemonade beverage. Cans hit Complex Con Chicago first, then he expanded into 7-Eleven nationally. Then after that, he did limited drops with the streetwear brand FTP. The drink became its own subculture, just like the videos. He took a brand name his mom invented in 2013 and turned it into something you can literally buy off a gas station shelf. And here's where the math gets serious. The Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel alone generates up to $3 million per year in ad revenue. Before you add in the festival, the videos, the beverages, the merchandise, the partnerships, most directors max out their earning potential by their 30s. They're paid per project, but Cole built infrastructure. He owns the platform, he owns the audience, he owns the entire brand. The income compounds whether he's actively shooting or not. That's not a director's career. That's a media mogul's career, built before 30. And in early 2024, he was about to do something that would prove once and for all that he wasn't just a music video director anymore. He was about to release an album with 34 artists, and one specific track on that album was about to honor the friend that he'd lost in a way nobody had seen coming. January 26th, 2024, Cole Bennett did something nobody saw coming. He released an album. All Is Yellow wasn't a music video reel. It wasn't a completion. It was a fully curated album with 14 tracks and 34 artist guests. Cole was the executive producer of the entire project. He didn't rap, he didn't sing, but every creative decision, every feature, every track ran through him, and the guest list was wild. Cole.
That's a really good turnaround, low-key.
A music video director had convinced 34 major artists, some of them legends, to put their voices on a project that wasn't being released by their label. It was being released by Lyrical Lemonade. Is
that even allowed?
Not just clout. That's the kind of trust you only earn by being the most reliable creative force in the industry.
I don't know if that's allowed. That's low-key like the Christopher Nolan of music videos.
For over a decade. The standout track was Doomsday Part 2, Eminem on a Lyrical Lemonade song, a beat Cole had flipped from an old Dr. Dre production, from a song called Role Model. But here's what makes this moment hit different. That beat, the one Eminem rapped on, it wasn't picked at random. It was a beat Juice WRLD used to freestyle over privately. For years, Cole had this beat. He'd flipped it, he'd sat on it, he sent it to Eminem expecting nothing. Eminem responded near the album's deadline with a full verse. The result was one of the biggest moments on the entire album. Eminem rapping on a beat connected to Juice released by Cole. A circle that closed in the most quiet, most personal way possible. 12 years, from driving alone to Chicago to film artists for $20 to executively producing an album with Eminem on a beat connected to a friend he'd lost. Cole had kept the promise, quietly without making it about himself, the way he does everything. He told the world he was going to shine for Juice, and he did it, in the most poetic way he could. That's who Cole Bennett actually is. Like I said, I direct music videos for a living, so let me tell you what Cole Bennett actually did in plain language. He didn't just become a great director, he changed what being a music video director means. Before Cole Bennett, a music video director is someone who shoots videos for artists. After Cole Bennett, a music video director could be a brand, a platform, a label, a festival, a beverage company, anything you could ever imagine. Every young director today owes him something. The volume strategy, the creative effects, the willingness to put your own brand stamp on every frame, the idea that you could build a media business as a director instead of just being a hired hand. He proved all of it was possible. He showed every kid stuck in a small town that you didn't need LA, you didn't need New York, you didn't need film school, and most importantly, you didn't need a label. You needed a camera, a vision, a work ethic, and the patience to ship one project a week for years. And here's the part that actually moves me as a director, as a creator, as someone chasing the same dream. Cole Bennett never had a plan B. His town had no industry. His school told him it would take 10 years. The world gave him 1,000 reasons to quit and exactly 0 reasons to keep going. But he kept going anyway. And when you understand where he came from, the cornfields, the loss, the small town nobody had heard of, you start to see the entire Lyrical Lemonade brand differently. The bright colors, the cartoon energy, the relentless yellow. That's not just an aesthetic. That's the visual language of a kid who decided early on that life had been heavy enough already. He was going to make his work feel light. He was going to make it feel like joy. It's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. That's what Lyrical Lemonade actually is. That's what every music video, every can on a shelf, every festival stage. The kid from the cornfields didn't just build a music empire. He built proof that you can come from nowhere and still go anywhere. The next generation of directors is watching and they learned everything from him. So, thank you, Cole.
Bro, that was W's, bro. What the hell? Bro, Cole Bennett, low-key a GOAT, bro. He is a GOAT, bro. But, I don't know. I think I said a lot in between. I don't know much to say after. But, I really mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Comment your thoughts. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the post notifications. All the juicy stuff. And remember to like. Said that. And join the Discord with hundreds of people just like you. But, thank you for watching. Especially if you stay to the end. Comment La Pizza if you made it this far. And is there anything more? Nah.